area, scaling up. What is it? Space occupied by a flat shape or the surface of an object. Y, can draw a plan for a building if you make it smaller. Interesting fact, although frogs live on land, their habitat must be near ponds, swamps, or damp places. Otherwise, their skin will dry out and they will die. Let's take a look at the steps in order to do this. Step 1, label the side length of each square. Step 2, add each side. Step 3, find the area. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first example. Find the area of the figure if each square is 2 square centimeters. So that just means the length and the width are going to be 2 centimeters instead of 1, as you can see on the top right of the screen. So let's take a look at the figure that we are going to do, and here we are. Now normally you would think it would be 6, but it is not 6 since the length of each one is 2 and not 1. So let's go ahead and label each length as 2, and now we're going to go ahead and add them so it's a little bit easier to see. So the top is going to be 4, the right is going to be 6, the bottom is going to be 4, and the left is going to be 6 centimeters as well. So let's go ahead and write down the area formula. Area is equal to length times width, and in this case 6 times 4, which gives me 24 squared centimeters, or 24 centimeters squared. Now let's take a look at this this way. We're going to do a different way using the same question. Step 1, find the area of one of the small squares. Step 2, find the number of squares in the main figure. Step 3, multiply the number of squares and the area of one square. So let's take a look at this question, which is the same one we just did, but in this case we'll do it differently. So we're going to take a look at area of one of the squares, which is, we're going to use the formula, which is length times width, and it's 2 times 2, which gives me 4, which also equals something, which equals 1 square. So we found the area of 1 square. Now we need to find the areas of figure out how many squares are in the main figure. And as you can see, there are 6 squares in the main figure. So now we need to find the area of the figure. So we do number of squares, which is 6, times the area of 1 square, which is 4. And when we do that, we get 24 centimeters squared, just like the first way we did it. So you can choose which one you think is better for you. So let's take a look at example 2. So now we're going back to the first method, which is writing down each side length. So let's go ahead and do that. So each one is 3. So now we're going to go ahead and add them together. Just find each side length. So the top is 12, the right is 9, the bottom is 12, and the left is 9. So now we're going to use the area formula, length times width. We're going to do 12 times 9, which gives me 108 square centimeters, or 108 centimeters square. So now we're going to take a look at the same question, but do it the other way. So in this case, we're going to find the area of 1 square. So using the area formula, length times width, we're going to get 3 times 3, which is 9 centimeters squared, which is the area of 1 square. So now let's figure out how many squares are in the big figure. In this case, we have 12. So since we have 12, let's now figure out the area of the figure, which is number of squares times area of 1 square, which is 12 times 9, which gives me 108 centimeters squared. So either way, you'll still get the same answer. So you get to choose which one you like the most. So let's go ahead and take a look at these 2 examples, which are your turn. So go ahead and pause the video so you can take your time to answer these questions. And in 3, 2, and 1, here are the answers. If you got them correct, well done. If you didn't, there's always tomorrow.